A man needs to get to exit 8. 3 rules. Do not overlook anything out of the ordinary. If you find an anomaly, turn back immediately. If you don't find one, keep going. And leave from exit 8. Simple enough? Except the corridor keeps looping back to the beginning. Exit 8 is a 2026 Japanese psychological horror film directed by Genki Kawamura. To understand how a simple concrete corridor transforms into a terrifying psychological anomaly, we have to look at the real-world guilt this man is running from. Let's break it down. The nightmare begins long before the time loop. We open on a packed Tokyo subway car during rush hour, seen entirely in first person. The man is buried in his phone, noise-canceling earphones on, ignoring the world around him, ignoring his ex-girlfriend call. Then a baby starts crying. A tired mother tries to calm it. A stranger in the car loses it completely, shouting at her to control the baby. Nobody steps in. Nobody says a word. And the man we are watching does exactly nothing. He puts his earphones back in and looks at his phone. The film establishes him in 20 seconds. He is the kind of person who has perfected the art of not being there. The train reaches a stop. He steps off onto a concrete platform and blends into a sea of identical suits. His phone vibrates. It's his ex-girlfriend again, who will be referred to as the woman. He answers. Her voice is thick with something he recognizes. She is at a clinic. She is pregnant. His child. He freezes mid-stride on the station floor. Then he continues to walk. He tries to say something, but nothing comes out. He stammers, looking for the edges of a non-committal response. And her voice drops into something flat and direct. So, which is it? Are you going to be a father, or are you going to keep running away? The line goes dead before he can answer. The ambient sound of the station, voices, announcements, footsteps, cuts to complete silence. And then someone turns the corner. He is referred to as the walking man, moving with eerie, rhythmic precision. Our man, the lost man, keeps walking. He passes some promotional posters, then lockers, a photo booth, a sign that reads Exit 0. He rounds the next bend and finds the same posters, same man, same lockers, the same photo booth, the same Exit 0. He rounds it again, and this time he stops. He watches the walking man. An LED sign above points toward Exit 8. He watches the walking man pass by and turn the corner. He continues forward but doesn't notice the back of the LED saying, "Turn back." The fourth time being in the same loop, he watches the walking man pass him with that strange mechanical gait, shoes clicking against the tile in perfect rhythm. And then the clicking stops. He turns around. The walking man is staring directly at him. That expression is not right. Fear arrives fast. He runs. Pressed against the wall, he watches for the walking man. He keeps going. The same hallway again. The same man. Frustration overtakes fear and he turns back and runs. And this time he notices the Exit 0 sign, but not the instructions posted directly beside it. He tries the fire alarm, the steel doors, but nothing works. Then he spots blood dripping near a framed advertisement on the wall, leans in for a closer look. Something drips onto his head from above. He looks up, touches it. It keeps coming. He turns and runs back the way he came, back toward the walking man. And now the man is standing completely still, using a phone. And the sign reads Exit 1. Something changed. He finally sees the information board. The rules. Do not overlook any anomalies. If you find an anomaly, turn back immediately. If you do not find an anomaly, go out from Exit 8. He murmurs the rules to himself, heart rate climbing. He approaches the walking man to ask where Exit 8 is. The walking man passes him without breaking stride and disappears around the bend. The lost man moves forward, scanning everything, posters, walls, doors, the alarm box, but doesn't notice the unusual placements of the lights on the ceiling. He rounds the corner expecting an exit and finds himself back at the pillar. Exit 0. He gets out his inhaler, coughs, looks at the signs. He starts the loop again, this time photographing everything. The sign now reads Exit 1. He checks his photos. Every single one is distorted. He pockets the phone and starts rechecking from memory. Just as he is about to finish, the walking man is directly behind him, smiling. Wrong face. Wrong expression. He runs backwards, trips, hits the floor. Gets up, drinks from his water bottle. The sign changes to Exit 2. He starts again, checking the hallway, the photo booth, the lockers, and then a baby's cry rises from inside one of the lockers. He opens it. The crying grows louder. He slams it shut and runs, knowing exactly what it is. Exit 3. Forward again. The same routine. Until he notices the eyes in the ad posters tracking his movement. He retreats. Exit 4. He marches through again. Nothing. Exit 5. Same routine. He's getting faster, more precise, more methodical. Then his phone rings. He pauses. Is it an anomaly? He ignores it. It rings again. His ex-girlfriend. He answers. Walking through the corridor, listening to her voice, he finally says everything he has never been able to say. The story of the train, the baby crying, the man who shouted, him doing nothing, and then the confession that he wants to be a father. He wants to try. He is mid-sentence when he looks up. The sign reads Exit 0. The phone call was an anomaly. He set himself back 8 exits because he finally told the truth. He walks on with tears in his eyes, the hallway now washed in incandescent light. He gets to the middle of the corridor and collapses, rages, doubles over and vomits at the edge of the walkway, then lies flat on the ground and rests. When he finally stands, he walks back the way he came, without the backpack. He just leaves it behind. Exit 1. He keeps moving. He sees a young boy standing in the corridor. He assumes it is an anomaly and turns back. Exit 0. He rereads the rules. Then he feels a presence. The boy is standing there, completely silent, with a wound on his face. The lost man freezes. This is the first other living person he has seen since the loop began. The boy does not speak. He suddenly runs past him. The lost man follows. The boy stops in the middle of the corridor and points directly at the walking man. And here the film opens up into something larger. It shows us what happened to the walking man, because he was once exactly like the lost man. Trapped, desperate to get out. And the boy was with him then too. They had reached Exit 5 together. A woman's voice called out, an anomaly he caught in time. They turned back and reached Exit 6. Eager to keep moving, the man asked the boy if he noticed anything wrong. The boy was staring at a steel door, trying to show him something. The man did not check. He grabbed the boy's hand and pushed forward. They landed back at Exit 0. He raged. He broke down. He told the boy they had to keep going. Further down the hallway, they found a false exit, stairs going upward. The man was drawn to it despite the boy's resistance. He pulled the boy toward the stairs. The boy fought back, lost his footing, and fell, gashing his face. The man kept climbing without him. Left behind, the boy made his way back to Exit 1 and watched the man begin to walk the same mechanical, rhythmic path that the walking man walks today. He tried to reach him. The man did not respond. That is what the walking man is, not a monster, a man who could not stop. Back in the present, the lost man and the boy try to get out together. The boy never speaks, but he has his own way of flagging danger. He stares at the LED sign. The lost man misses the cue on the first attempt, and they land back at Exit 0. They go again. The lost man moves toward an ad poster, thinking he spotted something. The boy looks at him from down the corridor and runs forward instead. The lost man follows him, murmuring that they will start from the beginning again. Yet, he was wrong. They reach Exit 1. They check again. The lost man sees nothing wrong. The boy stands in front of a steel door, the same cue the previous man ignored. This time the lost man checks. They turn back. Exit 2. The lights start flickering at Exit 2. Then everything goes dark. The lost man uses his phone for light. In the darkness, they encounter something. Furless, large creatures with human face parts in the wrong places. They run back. Exit 3. At Exit 3, a cat runs toward them and past them. Then they see a woman. She looks exactly like the lost man's ex-girlfriend. The boy suddenly calls out, "Mom," and runs toward her. The lost man stops him immediately. He knows. Another anomaly. The boy loses consciousness. The lost man carries him back. Exit 4. He waits for the boy to wake up. When he does, they rest. And then, for the first time, the boy speaks. A brief, quiet conversation between two people who have been walking in silence for a very long time. Then they move on. The boy points upward and says the 8 is reversed. The lost man looks at the sign. It is. They turn back. Exit 5. They reach Exit 5 and check everything. They find an anomaly, a steel door, slightly open. The lost man pulls it wider and sees something that belongs to him. Not a creature, not a monster, a deed, something he did before he ended up here. He closes the door. They turn back. Exit 6. Before they continue, the lost man asks the boy what he wants when they get out. The boy says pizza. Then he presses the empty shell he has been carrying all along into the lost man's hand. For good luck. The lost man accepts it. He pats the boy's head, thanks him. They continue into Exit 6 and check everything. They reach the middle of the corridor. Then they hear it, from the far end of the hallway, a siren. The lost man pulls the boy against him. A massive wall of turbulent, dark water bursts toward them. The current is immense. They try to run back. The boy's hand slips from his. The water takes them both. And then the film cuts somewhere else entirely. A vast white beach under a brilliant blue sky. The crash of ocean waves. The lost man is standing on the sand beside his ex-girlfriend. A young boy is playing further down the shore, picking up a shell. He turns around, and his face is clear, bright, full of life. He looks like the boy from the corridor, but his eyes are alive in a way the corridor's boy never quite was. He snaps back. He is still in the flood. He makes a decision. He grabs the boy and elevates him up onto the LED display structure, high above the waterline. He tells him everything is going to be all right. He says it like he means it. And then the current takes him. The boy wakes up in the aftermath of the flood. He goes back. He reaches exit 7. He walks into the hallway and checks at the far end. He turns around. He hopes someone will appear. Nobody does. He moves forward. And then the lost man appears. He walks down the hallway and goes through the routine one final time. He reaches exit 8. He sees a staircase going downward. He looks at the shell. He keeps it. He goes down. The crowd of a normal subway station appears around him. Sound, people, movement. His phone has signal. He goes to a vending machine and buys a bottle of water. He puts in his earphones. He calls her. He tells her he is on his way. He boards the train. The same spot as the beginning. The same packed car. The same noise. The same baby starts crying. The man shouts at the mother. He's back exactly where he started, on the train, but he's a changed man. This time, he turns to help. But what would you do in his shoes? Exit 8 is a film that earns the right to mean something by first committing completely to being frightening. Genki Kawamura, whose credits as a producer include Your Name and Weathering with You, films that know exactly how to make you feel something enormous inside a contained space, brings that same precision to direction here. The corridor is shot with a clinical flatness that becomes genuinely oppressive over time. The anomalies are wrong in ways that register before your brain can fully process why. The Walking Man is more disturbing as a tragedy than he ever would have been as a monster. Kazunari Ninomiya carries this film almost entirely on his own for the first hour, and the performance is exceptional. He does not play the lost man as a protagonist you root for immediately. He plays him as a man you recognize with some discomfort, and that recognition is the point. The slow erosion of his composure, the moment he vomits in the middle of the corridor and just lies on the floor, the phone call where he finally says everything he has been swallowing. All of it lands because Ninomiya commits to the discomfort rather than softening it. Naru Asanuma as the boy is doing remarkable work in almost total silence. The moment he speaks for the first time hits harder because of everything he did without words first. The film's structure, loop after loop after loop, is its biggest risk and occasionally its biggest weakness. Some of the exits feel slightly undercooked relative to others. The midpoint sequence in total darkness with the creatures is more effective as a mood piece than as a coherent scare. And the question one review raised about the framing of the pregnancy and who gets to make which decision is worth sitting with. The film places the weight of the choice entirely on the lost man in a way that is not entirely without awkwardness. What Exit 8 gets completely right is its ending. The beach vision is not an escape from the horror, it is a clarity. And the lost man returning to the exact scene where the film began, the crying baby, the shouting man, the full car, but behaving differently this time is not presented as triumphant. It is quiet. Small. The kind of change that does not announce itself. Kawamura understands that the corridor was never the real trap. The real trap was already on the train, every day, for years, before any of this started. The corridor just took everything away until that was all that was left. Overall, I would give it a rating of 8.5 out of 10. A corridor that never ends and a man who finally learns to stop running. One of the best horror films of the year. That's Exit 8. If this is your kind of content, like, subscribe, and join me. One story at a time. See you on the next one.